Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Monet. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Welcome back to another Get Ready With Me. You guys, I am going to try a few new products. We got some milk products. We're going to try a new primer. So we got a new blush that we're going to be playing around with. We are actually doing hair, makeup. I'll probably do a scent as well. The hair that I'm doing is going to be from Subella hair. So it's this unit right here. Something a little different, and it is a bang. So I tried to prep it a little bit. If you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, please continue to watch. So I'm going to go ahead and probably speed this process up. I am using Deadhead spray. Y'all know this is like my favorite thing to use. Yeah, I burnt my forehead though, literally yesterday when I was doing something. So I'm kind of glad that I am wearing the bangs today. You really could wear this wig without even gluing it down. But, you know, I wasn't a bang girl, but you know, now that I'll be looking for something just to kind of be cute, if I want to be presentable, and you know, I don't want something that I have to glue down all the time, or it can be glueless. Yeah, that's something I'm able to wear, you know, just for my regular day to day. I hope it looks good on me. We shall see. Alright, you guys, so while I'm going and getting this applied, I am just going to talk a little bit about this unit that I got sent from Subella here. So like I said, or as I mentioned, I did receive this unit. The color came as such. This is a 13x4 unit. It is HD lace, you guys, so you can, you know, secure your unit. It is going to have a really nice melt, but because it does have the bangs, you don't necessarily have to melt it. That's really one of the reasons why I gravitated towards this unit, because I was really wanting something that I could just look cute on the go, and I definitely feel like this unit is just that. As I said, the hair came pre-colored. The length is a 26 inch, and so I am just going ahead and taking my flat iron, and we are going to run that through a few times. Now I will say this process is sped up just for video purpose, so that way I ain't taking too much at a time. But when you do purchase this unit, you are going to want to go in individually and just make sure you flat iron that hair, girl, because yeah, this was given every bit of 220% density. It was given the complete density and fullness, so I really like that. And off the back, hair is really full, so it does have like minimal shedding, but I just feel like that comes with every unit that I've had. Just like your natural hair is going to shed, any wig that you choose will have a light shedding, if any, you know. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish styling my bangs. I decided that it was just a little bit too long for me, so I am going to just take my shears and just trim them a little bit. I like my brows to show lightly, and so I just ended up just really, you know, kind of cutting maybe half an inch off of them and just making sure that it was even with the rest of the hair. I am going to take just a little bit of this wax stuff, or serum, sorry. I love putting this on. It helps with like frizziness, and also it helps with giving me like a sleek look, especially when I'm doing my straight styles. So that's what we're doing today. And voila, do y'all see that? I got it sleek, I got it straight as I want it, and she is ready for the glam. Alright, you guys, so I got the hair pretty much the way I want it. I feel like I might have to retouch up my bangs, but we're gonna do that once we get done with the makeup. So I'm thinking like fall. Fall is giving me smoky, moldering greens. So that's what we're gonna go for today. But I'm gonna go in with my primer, as I kind of want to do one side of my old primer and then also one side of the new primer. So I'm going to be going in with the milk primer. And this is the Hydro Grip. Never tried it before on myself. I definitely feel like the hydration on the skin feels good. I like a jelly feel. I'm going to just take this brow gel and just lightly. I love how firm the brush is. Like, it's very firm. But I'm going to need some color. So that's what adds that brownness to my brows. So we're gonna mix both of these. I'm going with my Dermablend cover cream. Go ahead and apply that underneath the eye. I have fell back in love with the NARS bronzer, you guys. Like, I hadn't been using it for a while, and then one day I just picked it back up, started using it. Ever since then, you guys, I have been on it. I have been back on this concealer, you guys. This is the Born This Way. Love how creamy it is. Um, it's so crazy. Like every once in a while, I'll get away from it. I'll come back. We just had that type of relationship, child. I'm gonna go in with my NARS Soft Matte. Love this. This is the shade Caramel. Bomb, you guys. Super creamy. If you are an oily girl, definitely suggest this for you. If you're not, try Natural Radiance. Natural Radiance is a light concealer and it's really, really good. On my foundation lately, I have been picking back up these soft mattes. So we are gonna go in with this. The shade that I'm using is Macao. So I'm just gonna go in with the Flawless Airbrush Setting Spray. Love this stuff. This is the brush that I'm using. I really like this. I love how dense it is. Y'all don't even understand how obsessed I am with this brush. Like, it just does its job. Like, it really does. It is super dense. And it just blends out everything so effortless. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm always doing a lot of work, you know? And I just love brushes like that. The bigger the brush, I just feel like it's just less timing, less work, and it's just faster. And honestly, like, who got time to be sitting here for a long time and just putting on foundation? Like, we got other things to do. So, yeah. You guys, so now that I'm in my kind of groove, what I'm gonna do is actually answer some questions that y'all asked me. So first question, somebody asked, are we still dealing with the neighbors on top of you with all the noise and their bad kids? Absolutely, we are, you guys. So we have went to the office a few times and talked to well, Babe has talked to the manager in the office. Child, they have sent warnings. These people still knowingly, will run across, and when you bang, they meet you back with a stump. So it's just really ridiculous, honestly. But we've had to go back down to the office a few times, since I even bought it and told you guys that I just don't like my neighbors. If you have not watched that vlog, definitely do. I'll link it down below for you guys. I get you have children, but it's just like at some point you have to parent your kids. Like, there's no way that you're not taking your child out and doing something. You know what I mean? At least going for like a little walk or something. If you don't have a car, it's just something. Because a child just being locked up in a house, like even an adult staying in the house, constantly, it's tiring. And I know, because being, doing this, it may seem like some of us is outside. I know for me personally, because I don't really have a lot of friends that are in Texas right now, I just feel like I'm always in the house, but I'm always in the house also because I'm always filming, you know what I mean? I'm always working. So if I'm not editing, I could be outside, to change my scenery. But as far as like working and doing what this particular thing, especially if I need to do like talking and I'm, sitting down, it's going to be in the house. So, the reality looks like I'm more in the house than anything. So it just comes with it, you guys. But it was just the fact that they don't care, they know that we work from home, and they still, but I'm glad that they're not as loud as they have been. So I'm just thankful, y'all. Like, I really am, because on the days that they are, y'all, my head be pounding. It's just very annoying just to have somebody running over your head all the time and just not really caring. And, staying in apartments and having people like that, it's just annoying. Like, we all pay this high rent, and rent too high. Rent too high to be playing these games. So, yeah, I love the way my skin looks. And we're going to go ahead and go in with this next product, which I'm excited about. Is this blush that I finally got my hands on. But yeah, so that's the neighbors, you guys. Like, they still do what they want to do, make noise. I hear a baby crying at 3 a.m. Sometimes banging and stomping at 2, 3, 12, like, it's just the inconsiderateness. And I really wish, honestly, somebody else would move above and they would move out. Someone preferably with not kids, and are just people that are just mindful of the people that's below them. Either or, like, because I remember back in the day, we just didn't run in the house. We was taught that that's not what you do. Like, no, you go outside. Like, we don't do that. So, but these kids nowadays are a little different. Like, the parents don't really want to be bothered with them, I feel like. So let me go ahead and move on to the next question. The importance of navigating friendships and knowing when to let go or when they no longer serve you and being okay with that. Ooh, you guys. Ooh, this is a good one, and this is one I probably was really trying to avoid. I really like how this looks. Like, my makeup looks really good on both sides. Oh, this looks so good. I think it is very important to navigate friendships, and know being able to know how, right? But I do think that it's really important that if you don't know how, you have people in your life to show you, you know, what a good friend looks like and how to be a good friend, or people willing to ride on that journey with you to figure out you, learn you, love you, all of that, you know, openly, wholeheartedly. I feel like honestly, the world that we live in right now, people are just very selfish and can be very consumed by themselves. You know what I mean? Like, including myself. Like, I feel like everyone has so much going on nowadays. And it's very easy. I'm gonna use, if you have not checked out the Urban Decay video that I did, check that out. I'm going to use a little bit of this just in the corner. I realized that when I use this product, because it is so drying, it reminds me of the Tarte concealer. I kind of figured out a balance for this. So I usually center it right there just to kind of add that glow. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and got my brows done. Don't they look so good? If you are new to my channel, welcome. But if you are a person that has already been on my channel for quite some time, then you know, like a few years ago, I was really just in a different space of really wanting like friendships, and like, honestly, I feel like it was really like not necessarily a cry for help, but just trying to be understood. And so I really didn't have anybody that I could talk to, you know, and at that moment in time, you know, I was in a different space overall. I was just very much so in a different space. I think I've shifted my thought process, not like all the way, but I've shifted it in regards to friendships, because, you know, once you realize that you have to be careful exactly like what you're wanting and what you're looking for, and this can be in any relationship. Like, you just want to make sure that you know exactly what you want, and you're just not asking for, you know, something to appear or just anything to appear, you know, just because you want it, you know. And I learned it the hard way, because yes, I wanted friendships, but I realized that I didn't want just any type of friendship. You know, I don't want one-sided friendships, and I want, you know, friendships that were able to communicate and have those difficult conversations, and like really talk about how we feel without each other getting upset, or, you know, just even being a safe space to talk about how you feel without it being brought back up or thrown in your face, you know, just all of that, you know. And I really wasn't specific in the friendships that I was looking for, and so I just ended up coming across people that I felt like I viewed them as more, but they treated me as less than I felt, you know what I mean? Or less than what I thought I deserved and what I think I deserve, you know? But the thing is that sometimes people don't see the value in you, or they do, they just don't want you to see the value in yourself. And so sometimes they're used to moving throughout relationships how they move, which I get it, you know? But at the same time, as I'm able to bend, you know, and I don't mind being there for you, but I just want it reciprocated. And so I had to learn that, okay, Monet, you want reciprocal type friendships. You know, you want to be able to have these deep conversations. So I had to realize also that I don't like small talk conversation. I don't like small talk, surface level friendships, you know, and nowadays that is a lot of what's happening right now. It's like, oh, if you're pretty, let's go. If you have a BBL, we can stick together. If you have this, and I'm just like, why we all can't just vibe and just chill? Like, what is it? Why? Like, oh, you got to be a certain pretty type girl. You got to be this, you got to be that. I don't know. I'm just not in it. I'm just like, if you cool, you got some style, like, let's go out. You have a nice personality. You can communicate your feelings and your emotions. But that stuff like that, you don't know until you actually talk to a person and really get to know them, you know? So we're going to go in with this blush right here. I'm going to go ahead and start with the cream. I like to do the cream first. I honestly am a little disappointed. I thought this was gonna be more color. Hmm. I'm gonna use my beauty blender this time because I just want to see. I think I was expecting more of a berry look, but I do think I see it on camera, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it all turns out. I really wish the blush itself was more of the color that the cream blush was. But in regards back to friendships, I think it's very, very so important, especially if you are a person who does want to build friendships. You know, if you're not a person who doesn't value friendships, I don't feel like it matters. But if you are a person and you're looking for your tribe, I do think it's super important. But this is a thing. I feel like I need a little bit more on this side. This is the thing. I feel like a lot of people aren't looking to build their tribe, especially in the adult friendship place, because I feel like they already have, you know, they already have their friend circle, you know. So because they already have their friend circle, I don't feel like they put any importance on getting to know new people. In fact, I feel like a lot of people are like, no new friends. You know, okay, I like this. You have to add a lot more product in order to get the color that you're looking for. So I love how the cream looks so far, but I feel like you do have to put a lot of work in because it is a cream consistency. You gotta make sure that you're digging in, getting the product, but I do think it's pretty. I just wish the powder itself was the blush, the cream blush color that I'm putting on. Honestly, we live in an era where, you know, we are going to have issues. It's just natural. You know, we're not always going to agree, but it really is how you argue. You know what I mean? Like what you say to people, what sticks with them. And so you really have to just be careful and really treat people how you want to be treated. You know, how you want to talk, how you want people to talk to you is how you need to talk to people. You know what I mean? How you want people to uplift you is how you should be uplifting others. Take some of this powder blush right here. Oh, it does have a fallout. Be careful. Oh, it's a pretty mixture. I just wish that it was deeper. Very pigmented. I want to walk away and let go from a friendship is so hard. It has always been hard for me, but not anymore. But I will say what is hard for me is the letting go part. Like the letting go of how I feel I should have been treated, letting go of how I feel like things should have went. And then just being okay with that. Like I literally was just talking to my homegirl last night. I was just like, you know, I think the reason why I have like aggravation with certain things right now is just because it's the fact that it was just like one of those, I would have did you like that, you know. So I feel like, but it's also Monet, like, you know, people do not move how you move, you know. Like if you know that people do not move how you move, then why do you keep expecting, you know, people to look out for you the way you look out for them or to treat you how you treat them? It's just not gonna happen. I think the only thing you could do to be okay with that is to truly process your emotions, whether that means going to therapy, talking about it more, you know. And you know, I think for me personally, like talking about it really is hard because I'm just always busy, and because I'm always busy, I'm normally by myself anyway, you know, doing work. So my homegirl literally was like, well, you need to just talk about things more. And this is the first time in my life, honestly, where I had a relationship or friendship that I'm just able to like really express myself. And I really think that it's so important to value these types of relationships that you cultivate, because you do want to have a safe space in one of your friends. You know, although I don't have like a complete circle, it's really nice to have at least one person that truly sees and like hears you and is able to listen and, you know, give you thoughts and opinions just as you do everyone else. But learning to let go honestly is hard. I know for me, I think at the end of the day, you really have to ask the question if someone adds value to your life. It doesn't have to be a monetary thing. Value just depends on what you value. And honestly, if it is a monetary thing, then you may need to look at yourself and do some self-reflecting. Like everything is not monetary. It really isn't. And when people show up for you, you know, physically, emotionally, you know, just depending, it definitely depends on your love language though, of what you do value or what means a lot to you. But I just feel like, You know, when people are there for you, when they're showing up or attempting to show up, people can only show up as much as you are going to allow. And we are adults, but you really have to be in the space to allow people to be there for you if that's what you want. Because a lot of people will say this is what they want. Meanwhile, they're too busy pushing people away and they're doing the opposite. I think when people show you who they are, you definitely want to take note and believe them, in Maya Angelou's voice. Guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my base on my eyes. Let's go ahead and hurry up and get into the eyes. It's gonna be very simple. So I'm just gonna do a smoky eye. Yeah, so I ended up using this liner, and honestly I was looking for like this green, like a dark green liner. I don't know where my stuff is, like, that I used to have. So we are using that liner. That liner is actually gonna be from it's actually from Temu. So y'all, I was in and I was just like, should we do a green? But here we are with our green, because at this point, like, we're all in. It's so important to know how to navigate and just to talk to people, and just be able to communicate. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people spend so much time avoiding what could be said. But I think it's just, there's a way to say things. Like, you can really love somebody and care about somebody and just say things in a way that's, you know, like, in a loving manner. And I know for me, I fall short as well, you know. Like, sometimes my mouth, it'll, you know, move faster than what I meant, you know. And I am, like, you know, explaining and apologizing. You know, no one's perfect. But definitely we don't want to be moving with the intention to hurt people, you know. I couldn't find the green that I was looking for. I don't know where it is. So I am in this chocolates palette, y'all. Yeah, I haven't gotten this palette in a while, but it's so pretty and it was so quick. I love when I have like a black base. I need to get some cream gel liner because I just love to use that as a black base, and that's how you get like that really nice smoky effect. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of brown. I don't want to do too much black, although I am going to end up putting black on the lower lash line. So I'm debating about putting white though, but we'll see. Like, I want to do the smoldering look, so I think I'm gonna go for black liner. And this, I'm just putting like a brown just to kind of smoke out the edges a little bit. Would I consider doing a makeup class? Yeah, I've considered it. Like, I've thought about it. I'm just like, you know, like, would I love to do that one day? Absolutely. And I'm sure it's gonna come. Like, I'm positive. At least one meet and greet, you know, like one makeup class, I'm for sure, you know, it's gonna come along. It's something that I've considered. I just have to like find a venue and stuff like that. But absolutely. What would my dream job be outside of YouTube? Honestly, it probably would have been either being a singer or a lawyer. Like, the only reason I gave up being a lawyer because honestly I was tired of school. Like, I was just like over it, y'all. Like, truly over school. And so I was just like, yeah, that's not gonna be for me. I don't like to sit and listen to people like just lecture for long periods of time, especially when they're not talking about nothing. Give me the book and let me read. Like, give me the book and let me read. I would prefer that. So that's how I actually did college. I did a lot of my college like online when I went to school. I ended up going to in-person classes, but I really love when I would get classes and they were online only. Like, that was my thing. Because I don't gotta hear you talking all day. Oh yeah, yes, I'm here for it. So yeah, it would be that or being a singer. I used to love to sing. Like, I find peace in music, you know. Like, I am a girl that just love to turn on my music, jam out. It just brings peace to me, and it's just something that I love to do. Music just makes me emotional. I think I'm just that girl. I'm just that girl. This is actually pretty. It's, I don't know, it's giving me more so holiday-ish. Like a holiday smoky eye. Something I would wear to like a Christmas party or something. Didn't mean to go this route, but this is where we're at. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna add a few coats of mascara. I honestly wish I had like a darker green because I wanted it to be like dark. How did you first start doing makeup, and what would you ever go on tour as an MUA? I probably would have like years ago. Doing makeup, I literally started watching YouTube videos, and when I started watching YouTube videos, I was like, oh, like I was already, I started doing hair when I was young, so that was easy. I just kind of fell into that. Oh, let me do brown. And then when I started that, I was in college, and then I was just like, you know, let me see And then I ended up watching a YouTube video and I was like, oh wow, I could do this. And it really taught me how to do my makeup better. You know, just practicing. Like, you can't expect to just jump in and just be good at something. You need to practice it, you know? So I always tell people, if you want to learn makeup, sit down. Like, take time to practice, you know, your makeup. You have to. You're gonna have to. Like, even nowadays, I still take time to try different techniques, try things out, you know, because I want to make sure that I'm perfecting my makeup base, and I want my skin to look a certain way. And it doesn't matter like how long you've been doing it, you still need some practice. So yeah. I got into it just like that, and then I moved after graduating college. I moved to Texas. When I moved to Texas, I started working at MAC. I had already been traveling down here and had already talked to um, you know, I used to always visit a MAC counter, and it was the one in Townies Mall in Mesquite. So I used to always go visit that one and shop there, and the manager would always talk to me. So I, you know, would ask, was they hiring, stuff like that. So that's kind of how I got into it. And honestly, that I would say that helped me a lot, was as far as like being able to look at people and tell their shades. Like, I am so good for that, and I love that I'm able to do that and pay attention so much to details. That looks really good. I like the way that smoke. I want to add just a little bit more green. Just, although I don't feel like you can see the green because it kind of blends in with the brown. Put a little bit of black right here. I just want to see. Oh, I love the way that smoked it out. See, this liner is so creamy, and it darkened it a little bit, and that's what I wanted. So let me do it over here. Next time when I do my smoky eye, I'm gonna just use this black liner because this black liner is so creamy.
So I'm just adding the finishing touches. I'm just going to add a little bit of contour powder for my nose. And I'm just taking my face powder that I use. It is like a tad bit darker than my skin complexion. I want to say maybe like a half a shade to a shade, so it makes that much of a difference. I'm then going to go back in and just add a little bit of translucent powder underneath the eye area. Just going to help that under eye pop a little bit more, and then I'm spritzing my face. I will put the face sprays that I use down below, and I do tend to mix them here and there, but I don't know, you guys, it just gives me like a flawless finish, and I like it. So I'm just going to add a few coats of mascara, you guys. I'm taking the Lancome mascara. I forgot the brand or the specific one because they have a lot of mascaras. But this one I have been loving. It just adds that extra volume. And I love that chunky lash look underneath. I'm then going to go in and we're going to line the lips. Of course, since I'm doing something colorful, I'm going to go in with a nude lip. And I am just using the Truffle Liner from MCD Luxury Co. And then we're going to pop on the nude shade. So I'm using shade Cocoa Brulee. It's the lightest shade from MCD Luxury Co. I'm going to pop that on the lips. It is a velvet matte lipstick, so it's not over drying. I then decided to top 2 lip glosses on there. So I'm using Caramel Kisses, which is a warm caramel color. And then I topped a little bit of Sugar Baby in the center. And y'all, I'm just adding the finishing touches to the hair. I decided I did want to bump the bangs just a little bit, just to give it a little volume.
I feel like I want to cut my bangs a little bit, and the only thing I ended up switching up was the bangs. It's just because they're so long. I'm so not used to wearing bangs. Like, it is so different on me, guys. It's super pretty. It was easy to get straight. This hair is just really, really thick. So this is the finished look to my makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I like the smoky eye, and I don't know if it goes with this brown, but this is what we're wearing. I felt like because I have so much going on, you know, in the eye area, we had to do something neutral, of course, for the lips, and then also, you know, with the clothes. So hence as to why I just went ahead and threw on an all brown dress. For my scent, I'm gonna go in and layer it, and y'all, it smells so good. So what I'm gonna do is, first, you guys have seen this one right here. Love this YSL. It smells amazing. Y'all, I have been obsessed. Like, once I realized like what smells I like, and you know, like it's been exciting, like, to really find like different scents to kind of pair them up with. So first, love that it's strong enough by itself, you guys. Then I'm gonna go in with Dossier's perfume. Y'all, this, ever since I've gotten this, I have been addicted. Let me show you guys. This is the ambery cedarwood. Smells so good, you guys. Like, I've been wearing it by itself, like just like going out. And babe was like, what do you have on? I was like, yeah, this smells good. It smells really, really good. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. It feels like this sweet, a really sweet, intense smell. So I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. I will make sure to put all the products down below, as well as a direct link to this hair. Love the biolage look. You know, I love the highlights. The only thing I will say, this hair is thick as I don't know what. So you do want to take your time to like really flat iron it. Whether you're separating it, making sure you part it to get the roots to the tip. Once you do that, then you're good. I like it. I think it's cute. I feel like I just want to see my brows a little bit. That's the only thing about bangs. You have a good brow day, baby. I need my brows to show. I need them to show. But y'all let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feeling this look. How you feeling the eyes? Like, what do you think? I do like the primer. I can tell that this side right here is ultimately drier, but this side is still like glazy. Like, I see a sheen. And be sure to check out this unit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will check you guys in my next video later.